Kings Canyon. It's a national park with towering sequoias, mountain vistas, and picturesque river landscapes. But it's also a place you've probably driven past on your way to somewhere more famous, like Yosemite. It has about as much to offer, but with a lot less crowds. Visiting California's national parks in the summertime is a must, but sometimes the crowds just kind of ruin it, especially if you're getting out to get away from it all and connect with nature. I'd been itching to get out of the city and into nature to reconnect with myself, so Kings Canyon became an obvious choice. People lump it in with neighboring Sequoia National Park, but for this weekend trip we are exclusively staying in Kings Canyon, which is even better because you'll find the same sequoias, the same mountain drama, but it's more chill than Sequoia. Even still, the official campground bookings were gone. Summer's cruel like that, and campsites are sometimes booked 4 months in advance. We weren't as dedicated to planning as that, so we used campnab.com. Not sponsored or anything. It's $20 a month and it alerts you to campsite cancellations. Worth every cent. Plus, when we don't need it, we just stop the subscription. There are 2 main areas where you can camp inside Kings Canyon National Park. The first is up near Cedar Grove, close to the giant sequoias and about an hour from the canyon itself. The second is Cedar Grove, which takes you deeper into the park where you'll be surrounded by granite cliffs and the Kings River. We stayed at Sentinel Campground, right in Cedar Grove. It's one of the best spots if you plan on spending your whole trip inside the canyon. You're just steps away from Cedar Grove Village for essentials, and you can cut out the long drive from Cedar Grove. If your trip is all about exploring Kings Canyon itself, going deeper into the park is completely worth it. The plan was to get to the campsite with enough daylight left to set up the tent, open a cold drink, and let the energetic pace of the city burn off in the last warmth of the sun. As we were going to bed last night, a bunch of people were setting off their car alarms. So we were like, this is crazy. It sounds more noisy than being in LA. And then we started hearing bear horns and different park rangers running around the campsite. I guess in the evening time, the bears can be pretty active. It was the creepiest feeling to go to sleep. I mean, we scoured the campsite from top to bottom to make sure there were no traces of food or anything that could attract the bears. Anything from insect repellent to lipstick, basically anything that has scent. So we went to sleep and, well, we tried to go to sleep because for the next couple of hours it was a mix of bear horns, flashlights chaotically moving in the night sky, and car alarms going off as people attempted to scare the bears off through the night. We were really lucky. Our campsite is 48, so we're kind of right in the center of camp. So the bears aren't going to come and trouble us, hopefully, over here. They'll trouble other people on their way to us. But it was a really unsettling feeling to go to sleep to. Sure enough, we wake up this morning and everything is fine. I'm just very tired. It's about 6:30 and I'm in that annoying state of being kind of awake but very sleepy, so I could go back to sleep. I might try to go back to sleep. It's a really beautiful site, but definitely choose a campsite in the center so you don't have to have that imminent awareness of a bear. They're not dangerous. Well, let me not say that. They're not aggressive, so it's more that their presence is unsettling. They just want your food. Consider maybe bringing a bear horn or something. But yeah, the morning's a little different than what I was anticipating. I was hoping for something a little bit more relaxing sleep-wise, but sometimes when you go camping, you just really don't know what to expect. Despite a rough night's sleep, I was excited to hit the trail. We chose Miss Falls as our hike for the day, an out and back that runs about 8 to 9 miles with a 600-foot elevation gain. The trail winds along the Kings River, shifting from shaded forest into stretches of open granite where the sun beats down hard. The climb isn't very steep, but it's steady enough to get your legs burning and your lungs working. By the time you hear the roar of the falls in the distance, you know the payoff's close. And the reward at the end was worth every step. The waterfall absolutely earns its name, casting a cool mist through the valley. The spray drifts across the rocks, catching the light, and the water is crisp and very cold. I unfortunately didn't have the guts to put my head totally underwater. My biggest tip, as always, go early to beat the heat and have the trail a little more to yourself. Afterward, we grabbed showers at Cedar Grove Village and then got straight to work on dinner. I love bringing our Ooni pizza oven camping. It feels like such a luxury. Pizza in the forest just hits different. Being able to relax, eat, and reconnect with my partner was the perfect way to ease the aches in my ankles and hips from the hike. Getting older is, well, let's just say it's a literal pain sometimes. Thankfully, that night's rest was peaceful and, unlike the night before, bear-free. The next morning, we took our time making breakfast tacos before heading out to boulder in Kings Canyon. Honestly, bouldering is what sparked this whole trip. Some friends had actually given me a Kings Canyon bouldering guidebook as a gift over the holidays, and I couldn't wait to try it. We picked the mid-canyon area, just a 5-minute drive from our campsite at Sentinel. Once you park your car, the boulder is just a short 2-minute walk away. In the early morning light, the sun wasn't too harsh, which was a blessing since the boulder is pretty exposed. I would say the grading at Kings Canyon is pretty tough, like Joshua Tree level tough. At my home gym in LA, I climb around V5 and V6, but outdoors in Kings Canyon, I was really struggling on V1s, 2s, and 3s. Even still, we worked on this V3 called Life on Mars. It was a real challenge, but it was also a lot of fun. And it left me with one clear thought: I need to come back and send this. After we finished up bouldering, we headed back to camp and started to pack up to make our way back to LA. As much as I didn't want the weekend to end, I left Kings Canyon feeling completely recharged. The kind of reset only nature can give you. Between the waterfalls, the campfire meals, and the quiet mornings under the trees, I felt ready to step back into city life with a clearer head. That's what I love about weekends like this. You come for the views and the adventure, but you leave with energy you didn't even know you needed. So, if you do go to Kings Canyon, let me know in the comments below and tell me what you thought. But until then, we'll talk soon.